How to handle stress as a college student. Tip number 1. Avoid stressful situations. It is easier to prevent a problem than to fix it. For example, studying earlier for an exam is better than cramming the night before. A bit of prep work will save you a lot of legwork in the long run. Exception. It is fine to avoid stressful situations, but don't avoid something out of fear. Know your personal academic limits and respect them, but don't be afraid to push those limits a bit and try something new. Acknowledge your academic strengths, but work on your academic weaknesses. Be brave. Don't always work within your comfort zone. Go out of your comfort zone and meet new people. You'll learn more from people who are different from you, who may not be in the same major as you. Tip number 2, distance yourself emotionally from the stressful situation. Ask yourself if it is beneficial to you or others if you are emotionally swayed by the situation. The answer is often, if not always, no. Don't act out of anger or sadness. Emotions are temporary. The predicaments that cause negative emotions are also temporary. Things will get better. Now, here's an example of how to emotionally distance yourself from the situation. Imagine that you are somebody else, preferably somebody calm, rational, and very level-headed, perhaps one of your teachers, your professors, or your friends. Now, picture yourself, your stressed self, coming to your calmer self for advice. What advice would you give to your stressed self? Be honest, be impartial, be neutral, and be logical. Think about the future and the consequences of your actions. It's best to think ahead, like a chess player. If you have trouble distancing yourself from the situation, ask for help from somebody who is a neutral party. Tip number 3. Plot out a strategy or battle plan to conquer whatever is stressing you out. Upcoming finals, form a study plan for every day for the next few weeks. Financial difficulties, find ways to make, borrow, or save the money that you need. Consider taking out an emergency loan, applying to work study, getting a part-time job, applying to scholarships, or cutting your expenditures. For example, you can rent or borrow rather than buy textbooks. Tip number 4. If you have time to do so, you might want to catch up on some lost sleep to reduce your sleep debt. Or you might want to take a walk or exercise, release some endorphins, enjoy a hobby, or take a study break. Tip number 5. Refrain from reaching for the junk food. It will only make you feel worse later. Eat right. Tip number 6. Not all stressful situations can be avoided. If there is no way to avoid the stressful situation, first of all, complete option number 2, emotionally distance yourself from the situation. That does not mean avoiding the situation or problem, it just means not letting it hurt you emotionally. Stay optimistic. Ask yourself if it would be so bad. For example, if you received a low grade or failed the class, at least you're lucky enough to have the chance to retake the class and redeem yourself. It is key to stay optimistic. If you have to retake a class, at least you'll be ahead of everyone else who's taken that class for the first time. In addition to staying optimistic, seek new opportunities. For example, if you can't land an internship this summer, there's always next summer. You have more time for everything else in the summer, including friends, family, hobbies, any classes you may be taking in the summer, learning new skills, or getting ahead on upcoming class readings or homework. Handling stress in college is about A, stress prevention, and B, your attitude. Don't let one thing ruin your next 4 years, your week, your day, your life, or your hour. Stress is a part of life, and with time, you'll get better at handling stress and your classwork.